Welcome to this session. So I am here to explain you about Prep 1 Part 2 case study. What are the things you need to do in Prep 1 Part 2 and what are the questions will be there in this Prep 1 Part 2. Okay. So first of all, I will be going to explain about case study. So here you can see the case study. And this case study is about nothing but about this Mr. Anthony. Like uh, he is a NRI and he is going to develop a website which is devoted with the fashion and which focus on high-end apparel and accessories. Okay, so he just what he will be going to do means he will be going to collaborate to develop this application. Okay, with Mr. Bhaskar, Mr. Kathy, and Mr. Domain. Okay, so Miss Kathy already she has this existing already she has this application, this kind of application, but that is drastically it is not going in a very good way because there are few problems in our application like contemporary look and easy to navigate and whatever the payments are there, it is not in a quick way. Okay, and so this Mr. Anthony he just understand about Kathy's application and he just want to do another application by improving those problems. Okay, and he just fixed the budget and the time like 1 crore of budget and 18 months of timeline. Okay, and you can see the current problems about lack of knowledge of fashion of the customers and lack of customer reach. Okay, these are the two problems we will be having. And coming to this next, so Mr. Anthony, he just had his team. So the team is about Nova Corporation on-site team, and this Nova Corporation on-site team is nothing but these are the people like belongs to Mr. Anthony's team, like Philip, Walter White, Ruby, and Serena. So Philip will be the project head, and these three people will be the committee members. And here, Mr. Anthony, he just pulled out one team. The team name is Adino Offshore Team. Okay, so here Mr. John will be delivery head and Anna will be the project manager and Chase will be the senior Java developer and Nova, Shashank and Vivian. These three will be the Java developers, but these are junior Java developers. Okay, and coming to this Mike and John, these two people will be network admin and DB admin, and Jason and Nef. These both people will be the testing team. Okay, and you will be acting as a PA in this project. Okay, so PA you know about a PA he will be acts a bridge between to the organization and the client, and mostly he will be helping to the technical team to make understand about whatever the requirements given the client, and then he will be going to make understand the technical team, and the technical team will be going to do that application in a very good way. Okay, this is what about. So first of all, you need to decode the case study and you will be acting as a business analyst here. Okay. So here decoding the case study is nothing but what is a project area. So project area is nothing but to develop the website. Okay. Which is devoted with a fashion, with a focus on high end, with good accessories. Okay. And apparel. Okay. And next, what are the current needs? So the current needs are easy to navigation, contemporary look, and the next one is about payment process. Okay, this is what the current needs. And coming to this overview of the project is nothing but already we have having the existing application. So Miss Kathy, like previously I explained you about Miss Kathy already she had this application, but Miss Kathy she will be going to uh like uh, this application will be it will be not going in a good way because there are few problems like navigation problem and the payment process is not done in a quick way, and it is not a user friendly. So these are the problems Miss Kathy is having. So we will be taking few inputs from that application and we will be creating the new application. Okay, and you can see the current problems: decline of sales, non user friendly. Okay, and unable to handle the competition. Okay, these are the current problems. So you need to decode the case study in this manner, and then you need to know the team. So already we discussed about the team. This is your team, and you will be acting as a business analyst here. Okay. And coming to this first question, so they will be going to ask about audits. So audit is a systematic inspection of a workflow. Okay. You need to answer about audit means it is a systematic inspection of a workflow. You need to like track each and every workflow, whether it is going in a good way or not. Okay. So there will be like for each phase, we will be going to prepare a audit report. In that audit report, we will be mentioning about like how much time we have taken, like how many weeks we have taken for that phase, and what are the checklist we have completed. Okay. So here you can see like for requirement gathering, we have taken like 10 weeks. So what are the checklist we have completed means ERD template, sorry, PRD template, illustration techniques results report, and this duplicate requirement report. Like that we have completed few checklist. Okay. So like that you need to mention about audits. Like if they ask you about 5 audits, you need to prepare 5 audits. So for now here we have mentioned about 5 audits. If the in the question paper if they ask you about 4 or 3, whatever it is, you need to mention in that way. Okay. And coming to this BA approach strategies. So BA approach strategy is nothing but, so what are the strategies a business analyst will be going to do? Okay. So for example, so business analyst, he will be going to like use L station techniques for requirement gathering. And there are few L station techniques he will be going to use, like brainstorming, document analysis, reverse engineering, like that. So he will be going to use L station techniques, and he will be going to identify the stakeholders by using RACI matrix. So RACI, like about RACI, responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. And coming to this documents, what are the documents to write? So PRD, FRD, use case documentation, and test case documentation, like that. So we need to prepare all this documentation. So we need to have sign out. Okay. So we need to sign off the documentation. For that sign off, we need to take approvals from the client people. For this sign off and approvals, we will be using communication channels. Okay. And communication channels is like a weekly status meeting, bi-weekly sprint reviews, and monthly stakeholders updates, like that. And if we got any change request in between, we will be going to handle the change request. Okay. And we need to update the progress of this stakeholders. And at last, we will be taking sign off on the UAT. Okay. And the client project acceptance will be done. Okay. User user acceptance testing is done, and the client will be accepting the project, and we will be getting the sign off of that project. So these are the approaches a PA should be going to do in that project. Okay. And coming to this next, three-tier architecture. So in this three-tier architecture, it is like software people, they have divided this application into three things. Okay. So the first thing is about, we will be calling this as presentation layer. Okay. So this application layer is not like no need of mentioning the application layer. We will be mentioning this as presentation layer. Okay. So presentation layer means it acts like a UI. So it will be taking the inputs. Okay. And business logic layer, or else we can call this business logic layer as application layer also. So this will be handling the business logics, and it will be taking the thing whatever the user gave by using the presentation layer, and it will be asking database, and it will be retrieving the database from the database whatever the data this user need, and it will be displaying through that presentation layer. Okay. This is the process of three-tier architecture. Okay. So the database layer is also there, and database layer is used for like creating like retrieving, and we will be updating the data in the database layer. Okay. And coming to this BA approach strategies for framing questions, we will be going to use 5W1H, SMART, and RACI, and UML. Okay. 5W1H, we can call it as who, when, what, where, why, and how. Okay. So we will be describing each and everything. And the smart technique will be specific, measurable, attainable, okay, and relevant and time bound. Okay. So these are the techniques we will be going to use. RACI already we know, and UML Unified Modeling Language. Okay, coming to this fifth question. So you need to write down about illustration techniques. Okay. So there are 11 illustration techniques which are used. These illustration techniques are mostly used in like requirement gathering phase. Okay, so for requirement gathering purpose these illustration techniques are used. So there are 11 illustration techniques, and you can see brainstorming, document analysis, reverse engineering, focus group, observation, workshop, JAD, interviews, prototype, questionnaires, and use case specification. So these are the 11 illustration techniques you will be going to use. So you need to describe each and every illustration techniques, like for example brainstorming. So what is brainstorming and where we will be going to use? And document analysis, what is document analysis, so for what purpose we will be going to use? And reverse engineering. Like that, you need to describe each and every illustration technique. Okay. And the next question is like nothing but for this case study, which illustration technique you have used. Okay. So that is what you need to mention about illustration technique. And the next question is also similar to illustration technique, but here we will be going to mention what are the illustration techniques we have used for this like project. So they will be you will be having the other case study. Accordingly, you need to mention about whatever the illustration techniques you have used there. Okay. And coming to this seventh question, so business requirements. So business requirements are nothing but high level requirements. Okay. And we can call it as business needs. So this business needs is like business requirements are the high level requirements which are given by the business people like client people, and we can call it as business needs also. By using these business requirements only we can achieve the project. Okay. So here for example business requirements will be written in as user should be able to search the products in the app, like that. So you need to mention about 10 business requirements. So here itself they have mentioned 4 business requirements, so according to your project you need to mention about 10 business requirements. Okay. And coming to this eighth question, so you need to write down about assumptions based on your project. So assumption is nothing but a user can log in using Facebook or Google account. So you will be assuming each and everything. A user has knowledge on fashion. So if he has knowledge on fashion, then only he will be going to use your application. If he don't have any knowledge about that, then he will be not going to use your application. And coming to this priority requirements, so you need to mention about requirements priority. So how you have like prioritize each and every requirement. Okay. So like you need to scale around 1 to 10. Okay. So for each business requirement you need to mention the priority value. Okay. So here you can find out they have mentioned like 3 2 1 4 and 6 8 like that. Okay. So you need to scale your business requirements according to your like 1 to 10, which is highest and which is lowest. So here there will be one thing I want to say. So when these business requirements are given to the organization, I like to you like as a business analyst, you will be taking these business requirements, right? So here the business requirements are given by the client people. So the client people will be assigning the business values. So these business values are assigned by using $100 technique. So based on that business values, we will be going to discuss with the software people, and we will be prioritizing each and every business requirement. Okay, this is what the backend story is. So you need to prioritize 1 to 10 scaling. Okay, and coming to this use case diagram. So this use case diagram is nothing but about like a visual representation of interaction between the actors and the system. So in a easy way we can say it as you like use case diagram is a visual representation of this user how is interacting with the system. Okay. And here we'll be having this YouTube link. Okay. So this link will be provided by in that portal, or else I will be going to show here. You can find out the link. So I will be showing about the link. So here you can find out the tool session link. Okay. So this is like use case diagram. So 1 month ago they have uploaded. So you can go through this YouTube video, and you will be getting to know how to draw this use case diagram. Okay. I think screen is not visible for you, right? Just a minute. So here you can find out the premium tools guidance session. So here by using this video, you can go through like how to draw this use case diagram and activity diagram also here itself they have explained. So you can find out both the diagrams. Okay. And so next. So the next question is about use case specification document. So in this document, you need to mention about what for each use case specification description. Okay. So here you can find out use case ID, use case name, and who is created, and the actors who are responsible, and description, and precondition, post condition. Okay. And normal flow and alternate flow, and exceptions. Okay. And frequency, like whether it is high or low, like that. And then at last we will be mentioning about assumptions. Okay. So these are the things we will be going to mention about use case specification. So they will be asking about to prepare 5 to 6 use case specification document. So this is a template. Okay. So for each and every use case we will be going to have one document. Okay. Like that we need to mention about 5 to, like we need to create about 5 to 6 use case specification document. Okay. And coming to this activity diagram. So this activity diagram is a type of diagram in the UML only. So mostly it will be shown about the workflow of that application. Okay. So how the flow is going on. For example, here you can find out. So there will be going to use few components. Okay. So here they have mentioned about the payment process. Okay. So in this payment process, so via debit card, and here via UPI. Okay. So these two things are given to the client, and like he will be going to choose only one. Whether if it is done, the payment is done successfully, then it will be ending at the end. This is the final state. Okay. Like this, we need to represent the activity diagram. So they have mentioned you, they have given you hint about user registration, searching products, add products to the cart, and make a payment and delivery. So these are the 5 diagrams you need to draw. So they will be mentioning like how many diagrams you need to draw. If they mention you about 6 to 7, you need to draw 6 to 7. If they mentioned only 5, you can draw it 5. Okay. So go through this YouTube video, then you will be going to find out like in a easy way to draw this use case diagram and the activity diagram. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you can